Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews. In association with nerdaddiction.com. Be sure to check out Marvel Addicts on Facebook. You are fucked.
Oh, hey, look, it's Iron Man.
You suck. Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review, and today we're going to take a look at another Marvel figure. It's from the Avengers Infinity War toy line. It's War Machine. Now, I found this figure at my local Walmart. I've actually never seen the War Machine figure from the movie line on the shelf. I didn't even know they made a War Machine figure, actually. I've seen all of the others, and I still kind of want to pick up a Falcon and a Doctor Strange, but I've yet to do that. I love a good War Machine figure, though, and he comes with this awesome-looking minigun, and the paint and sculpt on it looks really nice, and he's pretty hefty. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So here we have a War Machine in the packaging, and it's the same type of package we got for the movie line. We get Avengers Infinity War up here, we get Thanos up here. It says it's got the Avengers logo, and this is how the little Infinity Stone play gimmick works. It attaches to his minigun there, and he looks like he's got another gun that attaches to his back. I'll kind of show that on the back of the package. He is good and hefty. I like that. He's got his minigun. It's got a picture of War Machine down there. Not really much else going on. We get some nice kind of Infinity Stone energy in the package bubble right there, looking cool. So just kind of a close-up. Yep, there's the movie logo. There's Thanos. There he is. There's the Infinity Stone. There's the play gimmick. That's how it works. He's got two guns, looking all kinds of cool. There's some artwork that looks pretty neat. Definitely dig that. Back of the packaging here, we get a picture of War Machine looking very opposing with this giant minigun. Looks like both hands can hold it, which is cool. And then the other weapon looks like it stores on the back. I wonder if it's going to be able to move forward. That would be kind of neat. And then a couple other figures in the line. We got the Iron Spider, which I've already reviewed. And then we've got Drax. Have not picked him up. And we've got the Black Widow, again, another figure I've already reviewed. So if you haven't seen those, go back in the playlists, check them out. They're actually very cool figures. But yeah, he looks pretty neat. I definitely like him. There are the other figures. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get the War Machine out of the box and see what we think. So here we have War Machine out of the packaging, and, you know, I have to say, for the most part, I really like this figure. Now, he's big and clunky, and he's got lots of weaponry. I think my biggest problem with the figure is the articulation in the legs and getting him to stand right. Basically, with this great big gun right here, you've got to really just put him straight up and down to get him to hold it. And you really kind of have to pull the figure back a little bit to make sure that those legs are going to stand and keep him upright. Otherwise, it's just going to fall forward. That being said, it's actually a pretty fun figure, and it's a different type of War Machine figure that we have seen in the past, which I do appreciate. It's more of kind of a gunmetal bluish gray than it is black or charcoal, which personally I prefer War Machine to be gray and black and silver, but this is not bad. It makes for a really good piece in your Hall of Armors. So as you can see, he does hold his minigun relatively well, although I would have preferred if that he held it by the top piece right here rather than the side, but that's the way he holds it, and yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And it does look a lot better if you take the Infinity Stone off. This will be the way I display him for sure. I like it without the Infinity Stone. It actually looks pretty darn tough. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this off of this guy. Now, I will say getting this in his hands is kind of a pain in the tush. You really want to just kind of have him grab this first and then get the other hand to grip this one. The gun itself is a hard plastic, but the handle right here is a malleable rubber, so it will move around. It does kind of help get him to hold the weapon, so that's kind of nice. It's all just one color, really, so nothing too terribly big right there. Now, I will say the weapon on his back right here kind of surprised me. I was hoping there would be a kind of flip-up play gimmick. There is not. It just kind of pulls out. You cannot get him to hold it in the hand. You can't even see this. Let me get this to focus. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, he will not hold this in the hand, which is unfortunate. However, he's got a lot of little port points that you can actually plug this weapon in. So if you wanted to, he can... There we go. Gray on gray does not focus well at all. Yeah, so you can get him to sport this on his shoulder if you want, which is very nice. Or you can take this off and plug it onto his arm. Where's the port? There's the port right there, so that he can use it as an arm blaster as well. I personally like it up here on the shoulder. I think that works best. And you can kind of rotate it back a little bit if you want to not be in firing mode, but personally I think it looks pretty cool in a fire and ready mode. So I'm going to take that off for a second here and talk about articulation. So his head moves all the way around. It's on a ball joint. It looks up pretty decent. It doesn't look down much at all. There is no articulation at the waist. The arms do rotate up. They swing all the way around. He has a single hinge on his elbow that has a twist back and forth, which is nice. There is nothing at the wrist. The legs kick that far forward. They don't kick back at all. They do not move out at all. There is no articulation in the knees or in the feet. And that's pretty common with these movie type figures, which is a bit unfortunate. I mean, I wish they had a little bit more articulation compared to the DC movie figures. This guy's actually pretty limited, which is a weird thing to say, but I gotta say the DC movie figures baseline are better done than the Marvel ones. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, I think this is sculpted very, very well. I love the silver and red paint applications on the figure. I do like the kind of bluish, gunmetal, grayish type of color he's got going on. This side piece weapon that sits on his shoulder, that was a nice additive. I really didn't expect that to be able to port onto there. I was hoping there was going to be a flip-up gimmick from his back, but this works just as well, and it makes for a nice stationary look, so that's definitely very cool. He's got decent articulation on the upper part of his body, which is nice, and he, honestly, I don't know if he looks like War Machine as he does just another Iron Man in the Hall of Armors. So looking at the midsection of the figure, again, sculpted really well. I like how he's got the ports on his arms for the shoulder gun to mount on there. The silver paint apps, again, nice. He's got some red paint apps down in his legs and on the chest itself, which is nice. It breaks up the color scheme. The silver is apparent on the back of it as well, except for the primary back parts, really just on the arms. But it works, I guess. I get that there's going to be some lack of paint, especially in the movie line figures. But for the most part, I think they do a really good job at the price point. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure. Again, the silver paint apps on the back look nice. The sculpt looks good. He's nice and bulky. He's got the big bulky boots, which is very good. I just wish there was a bit more articulation in the knees and in the ankles. I think it would help get the figure to stand a little bit better. This one's a wee bit clunky as far as getting it to stand upright, especially with the weapon piece, and I think the added joints could have helped support all that weight better. For comparison, here we have the Avengers Infinity War movie line War Machine with the Black Panther from the Black Panther movie line. And War Machine's just a little bit taller than Black Panther. He's definitely a lot bulkier. So, I mean, they go really well, I think, as far as scale goes. And the nice thing about the War Machine is you can kind of fudge it into the Marvel Legends line, which is nice if you're trying to set up a Hall of Armors with as many different pieces as you can. So is the Avengers Infinity War Machine a figure that you want in your Marvel collection? Well, if you're collecting all the Infinity War figures, I think this is something you're going to want to pick up because we didn't get one in a Marvel Legends style for this character. If you like collecting the Iron Man armors, this is definitely one to get because to me it looks more like an Iron Man than it does a War Machine figure. But it's definitely a lot different. The paint scheme, the weapons that he comes with, it is a little bit bulkier than most of the Iron Man figures, which is nice, which kind of goes more towards War Machine. But overall, it's not a bad figure for the price, if nothing else, just to add to your Hall of Armors. Now, this is a pretty hard to find figure, really. I've only seen this figure one time in the store, and I bought it. It's sitting on this turntable. I didn't even know they had this figure out, to be honest. I didn't see it on any of the card backs. If you guys have seen it or out and about, or you gotta definitely leave a comment down below or join me over on my Facebook page and join the conversation there. But I think it's definitely worth the money at the price point. So there he is, War Machine from Marvel's Avengers Infinity War.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.